So yeah, I'm not too proud to say that I did start a business and I failed. And the reason why I failed is... Hi everyone, welcome to a Biz Creator channel. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you are having a great day. So this is a kind of a follow-up video that I was talking about on my previous video about a little bit about me. And I had told you in that video I was going to share a little bit of a business that I started and didn't follow through with, so it failed. It failed because of me. So yeah, that's what this topic is. Do you ever wonder or often think of where you would be now if you would have kept working on that business, or if you would have married that guy or that girl, or if you would have moved to that state, or if you would have taken that job? Do you ever wonder where you would be if you would have taken that vacation? You know, just those thoughts that we have, that we look back on opportunities or stages in life where we coulda, woulda, shoulda. Well, that's what this video is about. So yeah, I'm not too proud to say that I did start a business and I failed. And the reason why I failed is because I didn't keep working at it. So I started the business back in 2015. That's when social media was starting to get really popular. If you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, Gary VEE, he was starting his social medias back in 2015, and he gave me a shout out, and I was so excited about it. I had already thought about starting my business. It was going to be a social media marketing business, and the name of it was Media Relations Team, short for MRT Ltd. And I created a business name on the Secretary of State website, and I had it registered with the state, and then I started a website on GoDaddy, and then I created a Facebook page. That's back when I had Facebook. I don't have it now, but I'm thinking about starting another one. And yeah, so I was doing some content on IG, and I was doing really well on IG. I was taking photos. So my Media Relations Team business was to do social media marketing for small businesses, and so that was my goal of the business. And having that shout out from Gary V really gave me some courage and excitement to have the business. I felt like I was doing the right thing by having it, and so that was awesome. He gave me a shout out on Twitter, and I got a few other shout outs from other popular social media creators that had big channels, and so those were all encouraging. I had a couple more, not anything that important, but it was almost felt like I was aligned to be doing the business in alignment. And so what I had was it was like a Samsung mirrorless camera. It was about this big. It was like a big camera, and I had bought that, and I was going to use that to go out to. I went out to small companies and small businesses, and I told them I'm a social media marketer and I'd like to take photos of your store and your items, and they said okay. So I did 2 free posts for 2 companies. One of them was a vintage furniture company, and then the other company was I think it was in the service industry. I don't remember what it was. I can't remember at the moment, but really I was just doing free social media postings for small businesses as a courtesy, so that I can get to know business owners. And for some reason, all of a sudden, I just stopped. I stopped doing it. But anyway, have you ever had a business idea that you never started, or maybe didn't follow through with? Hopefully I'm not the only one here, but I do have a little bit of regret about it, and only because I feel like social media was starting to really kick off at that time. And I often think about like where it would be now, how big my company would be now. I just feel like if I would have stuck with it, I would have networked with business owners and other social media influencers, and my presence, my business footprint would have been pretty big by now. You never know who you're going to meet when you're in business, so there was just so much potential there that I didn't follow through with. So if that's you now and you have a business, please keep working at it. Don't give up. Just take it day by day or week by week, and set small goals for yourself and keep yourself accountable. That's why I have this channel, is to keep myself accountable, and just and networking and communicating with with my audience is going to help me keep my best foot forward and keep working at my business idea that I have and I'm so excited about. I did post a video in my car about it last week, so go check that video out, post it here. Yeah, so if you have a small channel or YouTube channel, you can use it as a business if you want, or if you just want to use it as an outlet for your creativity or to share your knowledge or build a community around, to have some friends online. YouTube is a great way to do that. And so just being in business, and I already have my new business incorporated with the state, and so I'm ready with that name. It is going to be a staffing agency, but I'm going to build off of that with some ideas that I have for AI. So I'm excited to share that journey with you here. Okay, so that was part one of what my business name was. And okay, so part two, why I failed and how not to do what I did. My lesson learned was that you really need to work at your business, and even though you don't see growth, keep thinking of new ways to reach people and to build your business, and also have a good business summary and a good business plan and a good executive summary and a pitch ready to go. I did not have my business summary or my plan written out very well when I started media relations team, and I didn't have that roadmap, number one, and number two, I didn't go out enough to enough local businesses. I wasn't treating it seriously. I was just treating it like as a hobby, and if I would have put more work into it, more, what do they call it, more skin in the game, my business would be really big right now. I just know it would be, just because like ethically I do everything with intention. My job, my home life. I would admit I'm a little lazy, and I was watching a content creator. She did a short where she says, "You're just lazy. That's why." Well, she didn't say it that way, but I'm paraphrasing, but she's right. Like, you have to be a go-getter and you have to work at it. If you have a business, keep going and take it one day at a time and keep posting on social. So my advice to you and my motivation to you is, if you do have a small business, keep posting on social media, keep networking, keep building on your business plan and focus on it, and keep going at it, and don't give up, and keep talking about it and keep working at it day to day, and over time it's going to grow. The more you keep up with it and put work into it, it's going to grow, and it's not going to go anywhere, and as long as you keep working at it from day to day. And also, I was not consistent. I didn't have clear goals. This is part two still. I didn't call small businesses to set up appointments with them like I should have been. I just stopped one day, and this was at the peak of social media with Facebook and Instagram, and everyone was on Facebook and Instagram, and also that's when Facebook ads came out. It was just barely coming out, where you can set ads to their algorithm. It was called something different back then, but yeah, target marketing. So yeah, Facebook was popping off. I mean, it was still growing back then. I don't know. I'm excited thinking about what it was in the past, but you know, there's new business ideas and new businesses on the horizon with AI. So that's what I'm super excited about. I can't wait to share it with you guys. So please follow my journey. If you are excited about business, and if you're in business, we are going to collaborate and help each other out with community. If you've watched any of my other videos, if you are a returning viewer of mine, I appreciate you. I talked about my audio. I talked about how we're going to have community, and I'm going to have different departments where we're going to share on screen shares and do podcasts together, and just keep each other accountable and grow and help each other. Okay, so number 3. Where would I be now if I would have kept growing my business? I mean, that was 10 years ago. Where would I be now? Where would media relations team be now if I would have kept working at my business? I mean, even back then when I was Googling media relations team and, before when I went to GoDaddy to look for the domain, like that domain wasn't taken, but back then there were media relations teams and it was very much media related for companies, and they were actual like departments, but it wasn't social media. However, if for Google, when you on the search engine, media relations team, like my company on the domain was not on the first page, but I could definitely have been on the first page if, the more I would have grown my presence on social media and grown my business, I would definitely be on the first page of Google right now. So I think about that. I also think about my income. With 10 years of being in business and networking with business owners, small business owners, and I was going to have a social media industry like Gary Vee. I wanted to be just like Gary Vee. He motivated me so much. I studied him for a couple years and I just didn't do what he told me to do. And if Gary Vee could see this now, he knows, like, people come to him all the time and say, Gary Vee, if I would have just listened to you, like, that's a real thing. Like, when people take off and they're on this path, especially with AI, like everything shifting to AI, I know it may be taboo to you, but it actually is going to change the way that we do business and even social media. Okay, so another point I want to make is that I would have been making more money than I am right now in my 9-to-5. I feel like with the growth of a business, you can potentially make more money than just working for someone else. And I feel like the potential was there, especially with social media marketing. And so there's that. But you know what? I don't regret it. Obviously, I wasn't into it as much as I should have been. I just let my camera sit there. I didn't use it anymore. It's like, I don't know. It's like a switch just flipped off, and I was like, I'm good. I'm not going to do this. I was really, what's the word? I was very dependent on my 9-to-5. I was working in. I'm still in corporate America, and I was just very used to that, and it was just convenient. I didn't think of it starting a business as a hobby or as a side gig or as a potential of making more money and working for myself. Like, I just didn't have the why. Okay, so when they talk about when you start a business, why are you doing it, what is your why, like that is a real thing, and that really does matter. So definitely think about your why and keep going. For me, my why now is that when I retire, I want to have multiple streams of income. I don't want to just depend on having my 401k that isn't going to be enough. And yeah, that's where I'm at now. And you can start, but keep going. You don't want to start and fail. I mean, obviously many successful business owners and entrepreneurs have started and failed before, and that's okay. But you want to start right away. You don't want to let it simmer like I did for 10 years now. The last business idea I had was starting a staffing agency, and I think the last time I had that thought was probably 4 years ago, before I got my new job, because my new job is totally remote and it's the job I've always wanted. It's my dream job. But before I got my dream job, I did want to start a staffing agency, and I still do. I just want to have a business. I want to work for myself, and I feel like I would be really good at it. Ethically, I have very strong ethical beliefs, and I do everything honestly and very proactive, and I think that I'm an asset to any business that I start. And this business, I'm telling myself right now, not 10 years from now, 1 year from now, I'm going to have customers. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me, and hopefully I encourage you to keep going and motivated you to keep working on your business. If you have a plan written down, keep working on it and don't give up. And yeah, we're all in this together. So thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate your time today. Bye-bye. Take care.